Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
Number 50. And number 71, senior Henry Essay.
Welcome to Friday Night Blitz. Jake Zivin alongside Eric Elkin. It is our first week of league play. Sheldon got a huge win on the road last week, trying to avoid a letdown tonight.
We were at Marist for our KZI 9+ Friday Night Blitz game of the week, where the Spartans were looking to bounce back from a loss to Sherwood.
We also had a record-setting performance from a future Duck up in Portland. We're going to have highlights of that. But first, we start with the number 2 team in the state in 6A. The Sheldon Irish visiting South Eugene. This is the second play of the game. Taylor Alley will hit Dylan Lewis for an early first quarter touchdown as Lewis zigs and zags his way into the end zone. The first of many touchdowns to come for the Irish. Still in the first, Ryan Fisher takes a handoff, makes a few moves, and breaks some tackles and is gone. Patient running from the Irish. That would make it 40-0 in the first quarter. Sheldon's going to win this easily, but check out some of these runs by Connor Strom. South just cannot bring him down. Not many people can bring down Connor Strom.
Not even 6 guys.
Dragging the whole team for a third down conversion. And then this, Strom again down the sideline. Look at the hit. Oh, like a defender. Initiating contact with Strom. Sheldon rolls 56-14.
Thurston still looking for its first win of the season, hosting number 7 South Medford in the third quarter. Colts leading 13-0. Joe McLaughlin's pass picked off by Thurston's Aaron Downs. Downs going all the way down the field for a pick six, 20-0. Thurston on top. Later in the third quarter, South Medford with the ball again. McLaughlin finds his receiver this time, Adrian Garcia. South Medford finally on the board, 20-7. Thurston still in front, though. Less than a minute left in the game. McLaughlin looking for Max Farthing, but Thurston defense was dominant tonight. Another interception. Colts win with the upset, 20-7.
Big win for Thurston tonight. Roseburg down south taking on Crater. First quarter, Chase Mackey hands off to Hayden Best, who takes it around the left side. That's a touchdown for Crater. It was 6-0 in the first. Still in the first, Corey Bennett will take it in for a score. Crater goes up 12-0 on Roseburg. And they're going to go for 2. They missed the extra point the first time. Why not? Chase Mackey hits Taylor Peterson. Got it. Crater 14-0. Chase Mackey, the quarterback for Crater, again looking for R.J. Morgan. But Roseburg's Cody Walker catches it. It's up in the air. He's going the other way. Still a rough night overall for Roseburg. 34-14, the final down south. Crater wins.
All right, Jake, you mentioned it. Thomas Tyner, 10 rushing touchdowns tonight, 644 yards, both state records, 10 rushing touchdowns, tied for third in U.S. history. 644 yards, third most single game in U.S. history. He's going to be a Duck next year.
Unbelievable performance from Thomas Tyner tonight. We were following this game on Twitter all night. It went until about 10:30. It was an extremely high-scoring game. Aloha ended up winning, I think 80-63, I want to say. Not sure on that exact score, but third most rushing touchdowns in a single game in U.S. history. Third most rushing yards in a single game in U.S. high school football history. 5-star Thomas Tyner, like you said, he's going to be in Eugene in the spring. Wow, what a game from him tonight.
That was impressive.
Unbelievable.
Shifting our focus, it's hard to do that right now. Shifting our focus to 5A. Marist has been a state title contender for the past few years.
But last week, the Spartans found out why Sherwood is the team to beat this season. Sherwood beat Marist at home in Eugene by 18. Marist hosting Ashland tonight. It was our KEZI 9+ game of the week. This is the first drive of the game. That man who you just saw, Cameron Smith, looking to Josh Harper, one of his few talented receivers. They've got a lot on that team. First touchdown of the game, just a minute in. Extra point was no good, so it's 6-0 Marist. Ensuing Ashland drive after a 3-and-out. They're punting, and it's blocked. Colton Bloom with the block. Josh Harper scoops and scores his second touchdown in the first 2 minutes of the game. It was 12-0. They went for 2, didn't get it. 20-0 now. Second quarter, Smith fade route. Guess who he's going to throw it to? Josh Harper. His third score of the game at that point. 26-0 Marist. 33-0 still in the second. Someone other than Josh Harper scores here. It's Liam Henshaw, 13 yards. 40-0 Marist in the second. 1 second left in the second quarter in the half. Marist on the 35. Cameron Smith buying time and slings it into the end zone for who else? Josh Harper. Great catch to get the foot down by Harper. 47-0 Marist at halftime. The game ended with that score. What a way to bounce back from a loss for Marist.
When you no doubt that's on our minds all week long about exactly how they would bounce back during the game. They had a great week of practice, but you worry about the game.
It was tough. Monday was hard, but we came out and we practiced hard. You know, we weren't going to let it happen again, at least 2 times in a row, you know, and hopefully won't let it happen again the rest of the season, you know. So practice was hard and we just worked our butts off.
Big win for Marist. Churchill's averaging 56.5 points per game in its first 2 games. League opener at home against Eagle Point. With the first half winding down, Churchill's Mitch Reese throws a touchdown to Andrew Benyon, made it 14-0 to go in the half. In the third quarter, a bit of a weird play here. Churchill's Taylor Voss steals the handoff from Eagle Point's Jorge Quintero.
Wow.
The big man takes it all the way for the touchdown. He handed it off to the wrong guy. That made it 28-6 in favor of Churchill. You don't see that too often.
Awesome play.
Into the fourth quarter, Mitch Reese, we'll call his name a lot this year, connects with another guy who will say a lot, Andrew Benyon, second touchdown. That seals the game. Churchill wins. Final score 35-14.
Springfield coming off a win at Corvallis on the road. This is a different Springfield team this year playing at Willamette. Third quarter, Willamette with the ball. And Taylor Travis is going to pick it off. Springfield football, they were up 21-8 at this point. Then Trevor Watson gets the handoff, running around the left side, switches hands, and he's gone. Touchdown Springfield, 28-14. Millers on top. Fourth quarter, Willamette's Kosi Mitchell trying to bring him back. It was actually 28-8 at this point. Mitchell looking for Trevor White, got him. 28-14, Springfield cuts the lead in half, but more Springfield. Black Nichols to Anthony Harrington as he scrambles around deep, finds Harrington wide open. They would then make the 2-point conversion, made it 36-14. Springfield, a blowout win, 43-14 over Willamette.
Miller's looking good. North Eugene hosting Marshfield. Both teams 0-2. Someone's got to win. Second quarter, no one has scored yet. North Eugene punting. Alex Gilbert muffs the punt. The Highlanders think they score a touchdown, but by rule, you can't advance a muff. So on the same drive, ignore that touchdown, not an actual touchdown. North Eugene's Tyler Nabby passes to Dane Stapley for the touchdown. That made it 7-0 North Eugene. In the second quarter, Marshfield's Austin Howerton drops back, will pass to Jacob McAvoy for the touchdown. Extra point, no good.
Oh.
That was your final 7-6. Highlanders get the win.
And that score was reversed.
Reverse that
North
score.
Eugene won 7-6. Tough way to lose if you're Marshfield. Well, West Albany's Jake Lacoste leads the state in rushing yards through 2 games, 669 of them. He doesn't lead after 3 games. Thomas Tyner does. Well, Lacoste and the Bulldogs are ranked number 2 in 5A. Stephen Nelson joins us live in the studio with a wrap-up from the Mid-Willamette. Stephen?
Jake, Mid-Willamette League play opened with a top 10 matchup. Number 7 Crescent Valley visiting number 2 West Albany. The Raiders had to try to find a way to slow down Jake Lacoste, like you mentioned, Jake. And trying is the operative word. Early in the second quarter, West A up 16-0 Lacoste. He'll take it in, and then it's 23-0. So really, this top 10 matchup pretty one-sided at this point. Crescent Valley would try to make a game of it. They have a shot at 3 points, driving down on the ensuing drive. That goes wide right, so the score stays 23-0. Back to Lacoste. Time winding down in the first half. He's going to rumble his way all the way down into the red zone. Lacoste finished with 331 yards rushing on 33 carries, 4 total touchdowns. That run gave the Bulldogs a chance at some points before the half, but Cody LaHoda picked off by Tanner Holland in the end zone, and he needs a pep talk after this before they head into the locker room. Something tells me he would be fine. So would West A. They've run away with it 49-13, the final. Corvallis coming off a disappointing loss to Springfield at home last week, opening up league play against Woodburn. Spartans looked really good, up 42-6 in the third quarter. Theron Langley connects with Andrew Laney for the touchdown. Miracle comeback for Woodburn, though? No, it's not going to happen. Martin Ray will rush it in for the touchdown on the ensuing drive, 49-12. You never know. No, you do know. It was a rout. Corvallis making plays on D2. Sergei Yakis picked off by Jordan Skipper. Spartans barely break a sweat. They rout Woodburn 56-19. Also in Mid-Willamette League play, Lebanon manhandles South Albany 64-28. So that is it for Mid-Willamette League play. Certainly hasn't been a night for close games, it seems. Jake, Eric, back to you guys.
So Jake Lacoste, 331 yards rushing in that West Albany game. Tough night when you have 331 yards rushing and the kid with the next highest amount in the state has over 300 yards more than you and twice as many as your 4 touchdowns, over twice as many as your 4 touchdowns. Thomas Tyner, a night that will go down in Oregon history. Again, the future Duck, 644 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns. Both of those tied 3rd most in U.S. history.
I still don't believe you when you say it.
Unbelievable. That game must have been just insane to watch. Well, anyways, that does it for 6A and 5A. We have plenty more coming up after the break on Friday Night Blitz.
We'll take a look at what happened in 4A and 3A coming up next.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
Great flavor of Friday night there. Jake Sivan alongside Eric Elkin. League play started up for the bigger schools in the state, but we're still a couple weeks away for the smaller schools.
That's right, Jake. So with a wrap-up of some of the 4A games, we bring in Lauren Michler. Lauren.
Guys, Cottage Grove bounced back from a blowout loss at Douglas, then with a win over Sutherland. Tonight, the Lions finally got to play their home opener. Cottage Grove was hosting North Bend in that opener. First quarter, Lions started off. Scotty Hittner finds Oscar Rauda, and Rauda rounds up 24 yards and sets Cottage Grove up for this. Same drive, Lions now on a 35. Hittner to Tanner Gates, who's ready and waiting to give the Lions their first TD of the night. Cottage Grove up 6-0. Second quarter, Lions with the ball, and Hittner to Brian Spindler, who squeezes by, and he's going to stay in bounds just barely there. It's a good thing he did. Spindler to the end zone for another Lion touchdown. Cottage Grove delivers a beating at home with a 47-7 victory over North Bend. Douglas playing its first of 3 consecutive on the road, visiting North Valley this time. Tristan Burke dumps it to the flat. Austin Neal, who goes 60 yards. Yes, 6-0 down for the touchdown. 10-0 Knights in the second. And Douglas with a quick answer, though. James Simmons is going to get this handoff, and he's going to tip down after he gets past these defenders. Tip down that sideline for a touchdown. 10-7 Knights still leading. Then it's Jordan Schaffer to Riley Lavin. Check it out. 29 yards there for the hookup and the score. And now 27-20 now in the fourth quarter. 4th and goal inside the 10 to pitch to Nate Vasica. Dives for the pylon, but he's out of bounds at the 1. Knights take over, and North Valley holds on to win a close one. 34-28 is the final there. So home teams hang on tonight in my share of the 4A matchups. Jake and Eric, you guys take it from here.
Thanks a lot, Lauren. We'll stay in 4A. South Umpqua on the road taking on Hidden Valley in the first quarter. South Umpqua's Eric Johnson dropping back to pass, but it's picked off. Joe Wardle, Mustangs would go on to score 7-0. Hidden Valley on top. Still that score. Lancers driving again. The Hidden Valley Lancers, that is. Marcus Loper gets the ball, breaks a few tackles, and finds his way to the end zone. Excuse me, this is the South Umpqua Lancers. And it's a touchdown for South Umpqua. Staying on his feet, 7-6. They would miss the extra point, so Hidden Valley still on top. Hidden Valley up 28-12. Eric Johnson from South Umpqua hands the ball off to Dakota Sanger, and he takes it in for the touchdown around the left side. 28-20. Hidden Valley still up. That closed the gap. Third quarter, same score. Tyler Gulberson to Joe Wardle, breaks free, goes all the way for the touchdown. 35-20. That's the final score. Hidden Valley beats South Umpqua.
And in 3A, Jake Sandium Christian looking for its 2nd straight win, hosting 2-0 Blanchett Catholic. Eagles didn't waste much time. First play of the game, bomb Grant Schroeder to Diedrich Schlosser. Just like that, SC in the red zone. Sandium Christian, no surprise here, ends up rolling 38-21. They improve to 2-1 on the year.
Good night of football tonight. Not a lot of close games, at least at the big level. Steven Nelson alluded to that, but what a game from Thomas Tyner. Again, if you missed it. 3rd best rushing game in U.S. history. 644 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns. He plays for Aloha. He's a future Duck. Unbelievable.
Ducks might have a replacement for Kenyon Barnum.
They might. For Eric Elkin, I'm Jake Sivan. Have a good one.
Good night.